Quite the story now. Federal prosecutors say a man pretending to be law enforcement kidnapped a woman from her Norfolk home.
The News 3 Investigates team found out he has served time in the past for a similar crime. Investigative reporter Margaret Kavanaugh spoke exclusively to that man's wife, who fears there could be more victims out there.
I got an email from some lady, and she said, "How do you know my husband, Troy Leitner?" And I said, "He's my husband." And she said, "Well, he kidnapped my daughter." And I'm like, "What?"
Federal prosecutors allege Troy Leitner went to Shepherd Avenue in Norfolk back in March of 2022, saying he was a fugitive recovery agent, put a woman in handcuffs, told her she was under arrest, and took her away. A neighbor snapped a picture. Records outline that the woman was on heroin. He's accused of driving her to South Carolina, forcing her into hotels, handcuffing her to a table, and threatening to shoot her with his gun. And at one point, the woman said she was sexually assaulted. She was sick from drugs. He took her to a hospital where he allegedly told staff he was a bounty hunter. They got suspicious, took images of him, and he took off.
He left for a while, and then he came back talking about, "Oh, I'm a bounty hunter."
She says that he has been arrested 2 other times for similar crimes. And she said one of them happened just days after he got back from South Carolina.
He tried to go to this lady's house and say, "Well, there's a warrant for your arrest." But she called the cops, and that's how he got arrested.
Pennsylvania court records show he served 2 years in jail for impersonating a police officer and false imprisonment in April of 2022, and now sent down here to face his charges in Virginia.
Every time I get that notice saying he's out of custody, I get scared.
Crime analyst Richard James has worked cases involving people impersonating law enforcement.
Unfortunately, that happens a lot.
He says if someone tells you they have a warrant for your arrest and you doubt their intentions,
The best thing to do is just dial 911, give your address when they ask if there's what's your emergency. And then if it is truly a police officer or let's say a bounty hunter, one of the first things they do is call the police department and give them notice that they're serving a warrant at a particular address.
In this case, he praised those who got images of the suspect and his car.
Cameras are a game changer in the criminal justice system. You know, and there's an old saying that a picture speaks 1,000 words.
As for his wife, Kathleen, she says he's been abusive towards her.
Hold me down in the bed so he could do what he wanted with me. And that man, I'm like, "Who are you? You're not my husband."
She's heartbroken for the victims.
Because I know what I went through, and I can imagine.
We want to stress that Leitner has been charged with kidnapping, but not sexual assault in the state of Virginia or any of the other cases. I reached out to his attorney, who said he does not have a comment at this time. He's currently being held in the Western Tidewater Regional Jail. Margaret Kavanaugh, News 3.